both combat and foreign martial arts championships. Started winning her in her early teens, had world titles already by the age of 14 years old. She was Black Belt Magazine's 2009 Competitor of the Year. Her BJJ coach is Sam Hoger, formerly of the UFC and Ultimate Fighter Season 1 competitor. She put off college to train and travel the world. Her father, Mark, is an Aikido black belt, and her younger brother, Sage, is also a multiple-time world champion and a martial arts TV actor.
Wow, that was a good story.
An extremely talented fighter, extremely talented family.
I'm excited to see her fight. Let's see if all the hype that you just gave me all this hype about this girl. I'm excited to see this hype about this girl.
Colby's striking is extremely impressive, but don't count out her grappling ability. Her only mixed martial arts fight back here at the University of Mixed Martial Arts in 2012, a submission win in round number 1.
And her opponent, Brooksy the Bear Bayard.
And her opponent coming to the cage, 32-year-old Brooksy the Bear Bayard, a longtime U of MMA veteran. The 32-year-old stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, wearing her trademark smile plastered on her face as she makes her way to the cage. And there's one thing that's true about Brooksy: she is always grinning on her way to a fight.
I like that. You should be happy because fighting is fun.
Brooksy currently riding a 3-fight win streak, her last win coming in October of 2012 against Luna Veroni. Luna being one of the physically strongest fighters I've met at the U, and that includes the guys. Luna actually crushed my hand in our handshake when I first met her, and Brooksy just muscled her around. This is a really tough young woman.
So you're saying you have weak hands?
That's also true. My jiu-jitsu coach would laugh if he heard you say that.
Because he knows about your weak hands?
He knows that I believe my hands are weak and that I have lots of hang-ups about it, and thanks for bringing it up.
Well, you know, you need to get one of those forearm grip things that they have.
I totally should do that, but look at these. These are tiny. I wish the people at home could see that they are dainty, girl-like hands.
If you guys can't see them, Google dainty, girl-like hands, and it'll be something similar to these hands.
Very similar. Well, tonight, there's no daintiness here. The skill of Colby Northcutt and the power of Brooksy Bayard. It's going to be a great fight. Let's get our announcement from Salvador Arellano.
Our next fight of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the women's 145-pound division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a kickboxing and grappling practitioner. She brings a record of 1 win and no losses to the cage. She stands at 6 feet tall and weighing at 144.4 pounds. Representing Hoger MMA and Revolution Dojo from Katy, Texas, Colby Northcutt. And her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a Krav Maga and Muay Thai practitioner. She brings a perfect record to the cage with 3 wins and no losses. 1 win coming by way of submission. She stands at 5 feet 3 inches tall and weighted at 140.6 pounds. Fighting with Fight Fit from New Iberia, California, Brooksy the Bear Bayard. Man in charge of the action, El Jefe, Mike Beltran.
Let me tell you, folks, this is one of the fights I am most excited about tonight. In our red corner, we have Brooksy the Bear Bayard, and the blue corner, Colby Northcutt. Ignore the graphic on the screen. Just pay attention to these 2 talented, powerful ladies here in the cage. And Brooksy off to her usual game very early. Brooksy likes to overwhelm her opponents with strikes early in the fight.
Gets on top, then ends up in a nice little side control position. Colby was trying somewhat of a flexible sweep, but we have Brooksy the Bear on top.
Colby Northcutt with that long frame, trying to create distance and create room. And look at her getting back to her feet. A very astute way to get back to her standing position.
Yeah, now we have Brooksy trying not the best takedown in the world. Yeah, but she's trying to just muscle to the ground. She could give up her back here if she's not careful.
You know, Brooksy so far has had a success muscling around her opponent. She's a very strong fighter, a trainer out at Fightworks.
Nice outside trip.
A lot of grappling experience from Brooksy as well. Yeah. Recently took first place at Grappling X Pancration.
She's going to give up her back, and she does. That's one thing you have to be careful of with those type of wrestling headlocks, is you could give up your back if you miss the throw. She seems to try to go for a little guillotine here. That is rather tight. That is very, very tight. But she's out.
Colby does a great job getting out. And look now, Colby Northcutt raining down blows.
That's impressive. She got out of it, and as soon as there was air, she went for striking. That's a perfect time to strike. You guys at home, the perfect time to strike is when you get out of a submission, because it's usually an opening because your opponent might be a little tired.
That's the experience of Colby Northcutt. A lot of fighters in that position would have let it go to the ground and kind of given up and given their way into that submission. But Colby has been in these positions before. She has a long combat experience and history.
And she gets caught in another guillotine as the round ends. But there we go. Very, very good round. You know, both girls came out firing.
You know, it's very interesting to see how fighters handle that early barrage from Brooksy Bayard. It's the same way she starts every fight, rush right at you and start punching. Don't give you a chance to settle and to feel comfortable in the cage. And Colby held her own pretty well there, though. She started counter-striking immediately. She knows to keep her chin down. She's not throwing her head way up in the air.
Yeah, I want to see more of her striking, because that's what apparently everyone's talking about with her. But she looked very good on the ground. You know, Bayard did a good job of not getting into the striking match. He came up and closed the distance and got right on her.
Well, now that Colby knows about the aggression of Bayard, it's going to be very interesting to see how she responds in round number 2.
But I do gotta say, Bayard has to be careful coming in. If she can't come in with that reckless abandonness like she did last round, because she got clipped. But she looks to be doing the same. She's gotta be careful. That's gonna lead her to trouble, but she's got to take it right to the ground.
Colby doing a good job of keeping her weight low here.
Now what she needs to do, she has to watch out for the choke. Colby having a very nice, that's rather tight, because Colby has very thin arms, and that does help you on guillotines.
Very nice combinations here from Northcutt so far. This is definitely the toughest opponent Brooksy Bayard's faced so far in her career.
By far. Now, I see some blood coming out of the nose of Bayard. Those shots apparently did some damage that started the round. You know, the one thing she has to do with these takedowns, her head needs to be lower on the body. Still got the takedown, but position-wise, she needs to be a little lower with her head. On bottom, you have to be moving. She has the arm